So what is business growth strategy? In this video, I am going to be talking about Igor Ansoff's business growth model and his 4 variables to explain the business growth strategy. Before getting into the 4 variables developed by Igor, let's get into the brief on who Igor Ansoff is. So this will help us to understand the Igor Ansoff's business growth model itself. If you want to understand the creation, you need to understand the creator also, right? So Igor was born in Russia. His father Ansoff Sr. had an American origin and his mother is from Russia who had a capitalist background. Now Igor's maternal grandfather had a tiny samovar factory in a place called Tula, some 100 miles from the south of Moscow. So because of this, the Ansoffs were assumed to be part of a group which had counter-revolutionary aspirations. So this led Igor Ansoff not to trust any system that claimed to be too perfect. He says that this spirit expressed itself through my inability to join other systems in which I lived, studied and worked. So it reinforced my drive to excel in order to force the system to recognize and reward me. And perversely, it also drove me to excel through making innovative contribution which challenged the system's cultures. Okay, so later on the Ansoffs moved to US after facing many hardships, and Igor Ansoff completed his studies with the help of a Russian Orthodox priest and scholarship which came his way. He went on to study engineering but abandoned it because he did not want to practice engineering. So seeking a broader perspective, he went on to get a master's degree in modern physics, and later on he went to Brown University to get a doctorate degree in applied mathematics. You know what? His formal education was completed when he was 30 years old. And he joined UCLA in the senior executive program after World War II, where he served as a liaison between Russia and an instructor of physics at the United States Navy. Later on, Igor Ansoff was offered a job in the RAND Corporation's mathematics department. So he moved laterally within RAND and became a project manager in the large-scale projects focused on making recommendations to the US Air Force and technology and weapon systems acquisition. So the second major study he did at RAND addressed the vulnerability of NATO air forces. So the inclusion of soft metrics, which he pointed out, was ignored by people at RAND and by Air Force officials. So Igor learned his first lesson in organizational myopia from this incident that became one of his primary focus of study 20 years later. Igor left RAND in 1957 and went to work for Lockheed Aircraft. So he was the vice president of planning and director of diversification. During his time at Lockheed, he learned how to deal with environmental changes that affects organizations. So this became his primary focus for the rest of his career. So one morning, while shaving, Igor realized that he had no idea of what he wanted to do with the rest of his life. So while on a vacation in a place called Cape Cod, he developed a long-term plan to take early retirement from Lockheed and find a job at a school of management. So within 1 year, he was approached by the Graduate School of Industrial Administration at the Carnegie Mellon University about joining their faculty team. So when he entered GSIA, they allowed him 1 year free from teaching so that he could work on finishing his book Corporate Strategy, which was published in 1965 and became an instant success. He served as a professor at Industrial Administration in the Graduate School of Carnegie Mellon University from 1963 till 1968. Okay. In 1969, he became the dean of the New Owen Graduate School of Management at Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee. He accepted this position with the condition that the school would specialize in educating change agents, which was badly needed in the industry and not produced by any US school of business at that time. So in 1983, he joined the US International University. This is now called as Alliant International University, where he created the school's strategic management program. So professionally, he is known worldwide for his research in the concept of environmental turbulence, the contingent strategic success paradigm, and real-time strategic management. And marketing and MBA students are usually familiar with this Ansoff Matrix, a tool he created to plot generic strategies for growing a business via existing or new products in existing or new markets. Now, Ansoff Matrix serves as a guiding tool to the businesses which wanted to grow. After doing a lot of research, Ansoff concluded that there are only 4 ways an organization or a business could grow. Okay, so let's get to the Ansoff Matrix now. So these are the 4 growth strategies which were identified by Ansoff using a 2x2 matrix and were made up of new or existing products on the x-axis and new and existing markets on the y-axis. The Ansoff Matrix is a tool that can help you grow your company. Okay, it is simple but effective. Now let us look at the first box, which is the market penetration and where you get to sell your existing products in the existing markets. Okay, now market penetration can be defined in two ways. One as an activity and the other as a measurement. Okay, the measurement angle is about how many total potential prospects are there in your market and how many of them are your customers. For example, if your market is India and you have 100 potential customers for your product, your current customer base is 10, you can plan adding 30 more customers by acquiring them. The second measurement angle is about market penetration as an activity, and it comes from the Ansoff Matrix. Now in this activity angle, you take your existing product to an existing market where other similar products are already being sold by the competitors, and you take market share from the competing companies. So the best example for this can be the war between two cola giants. Coca-Cola eating into the market share of Pepsi can be the perfect example of marketing penetration strategy from the activity angle. Now, if you are looking at to penetrate your market at the most economical budget, email marketing automation is the way to go. Check the video description for more details. The second business growth strategy is product development. This is a strategy where your company plans and develops new products or upgrades the current products and introduces them to an existing market. A successful product development strategy includes doing in-depth consumer research, brainstorming, building, testing, launching, and marketing into the existing market. Now, the best example for the product development strategy would be a cement manufacturer coming out with a waterproof paint or a weather protection cement to serve its existing market. The third business growth strategy is market development strategy. Now, looking at this image, we see that the market development strategy is a business growth strategy that involves adding existing products to the new markets. In other words, a market development strategy helps businesses in the growth phase identify and develop new opportunities to sell their current line of products in the markets which they have not explored yet. So if you are selling an HRMS software specialized for manufacturers and you are planning to sell that software in Africa, which is an unexplored market, then it is a market development strategy. You can actually create demand and test waters in the new markets which you want to enter through email marketing automation, and also do consumer research through surveys using email marketing automation without you having to move out of your office. The fourth business growth strategy is diversification. Now, diversification is all about adding new products in the new markets. Companies diversify to increase their revenue and profits. Okay, so they do this by adding new products, services, or features to appeal to the customers in places where they haven't been exploring before. In addition to better profitability, diversification is done for a variety of other reasons, such as avoiding industry downturns, improving brand image, and providing a company with a defense mechanism against strong competition. So these are the four business growth strategies which was designed by Igor Ansoff as a result of vast research and consultation he did for multinational companies like Philips, General Electric, Gulf, IBM, Sterling, Airlines, and Westinghouse. These business growth strategies can be applied to any type of businesses of any size. So if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive notifications when I upload new videos. Now my question to you is, what is the business growth strategy you are planning to use for your business? Let me know in the comment section. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.